a man who has truly seen it all when it comes to leadership, business growth, and strategic decision making. Mr. Rahul Mohnot.
I was given responsibility for the loan syndication, managing of the IPOs, managing the legal framework and other things because coupled with my chartered accountancy, I did my company secretaryship also.
As someone who's worked with several companies from Hindustan Zinc to Wonderwall Care Private Limited, there must have been moments when the ethical part was a bit blurry.
That was the first time I told that I don't need any outsider to come and intervene. We will take care of everything.
Hello everyone and welcome back to FaceTime with Leaders powered by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I am your host Tanay All and today's episode is going to be an absolute treat for all of you out there. Whether you're navigating the corporate jungle, scaling your business or just curious about what it truly takes to lead with vision. We
It's
have
my
an
pleasure, Tanay.
extraordinary leader. It's our pleasure as well, sir.
Yeah.
Joining me today is Mr. Rahul Mohnot, a man who has truly seen it all when it comes to leadership, business growth, and strategic decision making. Sir, welcome to the show. It's an absolute privilege to have you with us.
Well, thank you. My pleasure also to share of some of my experiences.
Lovely. With over 45 years of experience, 37 of which were spent at the helm of companies like Aditya Birla Group and Shree Cement, Sir is someone who has shaped some of the most crucial business decisions in industries ranging from cement, chemicals, and metals to mining, textiles, and white cement. His career is not just a list of titles, it's a story of turning businesses around, leading transformative projects, and implementing large scale initiatives. He's also a renowned strategic advisor, helping corporate giants like Hindustan Zinc Limited, CG Corp Nepal, and Wonderwall Care Project. Along the way, he's picked up prestigious awards, including the Gold Award for Outstanding Achievement as HR Oriented CEO and the Golden Peacock Innovation Management Award. But perhaps the most exciting part is his transition from being an iconic CEO to advising and mentoring future leaders. Sir, thank you so much for taking out time for us today.
My pleasure.
So, when you look back at your career, not just at the job titles, but at the pivotal moments, where did this incredible journey truly begin for you?
In fact, Tanay, I wanted to pursue career as an engineer initially, but then I could immediately realize when I started in my schooling also that algebra and all are little bit difficult to solve all those things, and decided immediately to really move with the background in Jodhpur from Rajasthan. So I thought, let us pursue chartered accountancy as a degree. But of course, I thought that account it will not end at the accounting part, but I will move to the ladder after my committed, passionate work in the corporate, and that why this journey started with a greenfield project of Shree Cement. I was fortunate to get this opportunity in the Rajasthan. So, being a greenfield project, right from the beginning, I was given responsibility for the loan syndication, managing of the IPOs, managing the legal framework and other things. Because coupled with my chartered accountancy, I did my company secretaryship also. So that helped me. Both the dual degrees were quite helpful to me in discharging at a quite young age. I was one of the youngest secretary and finance controller when the Shree Cement project started, and everything went very smoothly by virtue of, when you are young, you put all your best of the efforts to get the best out of possible benchmarks. So fortunately, things moved in my favor, and project was also commissioned well in time. And after commissioning, it was one of the most cost-effective and successful cement plant as a greenfield project. Later on, I decided why to limit myself in the finance and these functions. So after working for a decade or so in this particular arena, I thought of moving more towards the commercial areas, and taking interest in a lot of project related activities, interacting with the uh, diversified set of engineers also. that gave me a lot of insight into what is the cement exactly. I was given opportunity by my then managing director to accompany him for the foreign collaboration in Germany, for selection of the equipments, etc. So everything was a very, very thrilling experience at that point of time. Resulting into this, I got an opportunity to head a greenfield project also once again in Shree Cement, and it was commissioned in a record period of 16 months. I'm talking of 95, 97, when there were not so many facilities were available. By sheer committed vision, I thought, why not to bring some new things like getting Motorola walkie-talkies for all the engineers, getting best of the tower cranes also to facilitate the contractors, because I could convince my promoters that merely saving few uh, set of rental money for the cranes will not help us, because the pre-operative cost of the interest, being a chartered accountant, I could immediately told him that 25 lakhs we are going to incur every day of delay. So if we do the project 20 days in advance, we will save 5 crores rupees. So, with all these things in mind, we could do this world class project, and it was very successful.
And truly innovative changes at that point of time when India was growing so much. These were such big changes to help things just move more smoothly. So you've spent years driving success in massive corporations like UltraTech Cement and Aditya Birla Group, where you've
Yeah,
turned businesses around, improved operations, and achieved phenomenal revenue growth. You're also known for
yeah,
streamlining procurement and handling multifaceted business problems.
correct.
Now, one thing that stands out, sir, is your time as the CEO of Birla White. You had the
Hmm.
vertical grow at 14% CAGR over 5 years. But let's
Yeah,
talk about the behind the scenes of this. Like in such a competitive industry, what do you think were the key ingredients that allowed you to sustain growth
correct.
at such a large scale?
Yeah, I will talk of the couple of key areas where I could focus during this journey. When I took over, there were almost only two players, JK and Birlas were there. Later on, Asian Paints also entered into the fray. So that is why the competition has become quite tough, so far organized and unorganized. And to maintain your leadership position, because we were fighting neck to neck so far JK is concerned. So I thought to maintain the leadership position, you have to have a double type of a vision. One is how to make a cost optimization, and another is on improving the revenue by launching the new products, etc. So far the cost part was concerned, the biggest component of the cost was a polymer, and entire polymer was coming from European countries. I decided, apart from that polymer from the one of the monopoly supplier, why not to invite couple of more suppliers, get a best of the blend of the polymers after discussing with my R&D people, and we could deliver a better quality even. So that happened by doing so, I could reduce the cost. Then one innovative idea which came to my mind, I when I discussed with my research and development people, they were surprised, "Ke, sir, how you are telling like this that kaolin can be used in a small percentage, kaolin, which is a fine kaolin, and that will reduce the requirement of the polymer, a very costly polymer, and improve the quality and workability so far the painters are concerned." And fortunately, after the couple of trials in the our R&D department, it went very well, and I could save few crores rupees every month on the cost part of it. So far, new product launch is concerned, I also came out with the idea that why to limit ourselves in the inside walls also? Why not to take care of outer walls also when people are making use of this? So then we came out with a new product after 4 or 5 months of our hard work in developing that, a Birla primer. So that primer was also one of the products which was added in the portfolio. It has not only added the revenue, but it has also added the bottom line. So these are a couple of operational related initiatives
Yeah.
and revenue related initiatives. The other thing, if it reminds me, when I was a child of 9 years, I went with my maternal uncle in Ghanshyam Das Birla's chamber, and there was written a quote: "Ki wrong decisions taken at right time are better than right decisions taken at wrong time." So my theory was always to ensure that my marketing head is empowered enough. I used to ask him, what are the volumes you are looking at? What is going to be a contribution? Used to share the contribution analysis of the various product portfolio. And then we used to take a decision even on SMS also. Later on ratified with the help of whatever the paper they prepare. I used to tell him that I will approve these papers. That also helped us in maintaining the leadership position so far revenue part is concerned. The third thing, we decided that logistic is the biggest component of the business. So only limiting ourselves in a landlocked site in Rajasthan and then supplying 32 to 33% in the southern area, better, why not to create another manufacturing facilities? I just want to share a very, very wonderful experience that in 13 months, we could deliver a greenfield project by identifying a location right from land acquisition to everything at Katni in Madhya Pradesh, because it was a central part of the India, and that worked very well. The project went into the stream and operation in 13 months. And we decided that whatever the need of the eastern India and southern India is concerned, through railway siding, we will meet out of the Katni plant. It has brought down our logistic cost by, on an average, about 500 rupees a ton, and that added a bottom line. You can just imagine that the payback of that project, which was costed us about, say, 150 crores, was within a period of 14 months. We could get the recovery of this unheard. Mr. Birla was also surprised. Our operating margins have gone up to 34%, which has been ever highest in the history of even Birla White of last 33 years, 35 years. So all these initiatives were very, very
Yeah.
helpful, and
Yeah.
result of that, let me share one of the good glory that out of, that the Birla is a diversified group. I was the recipient of the outstanding leader award from the chairman, and that award is in the form of nomination in advanced management program at Harvard Business School for 2 months, 8 weeks. So that
Wow.
was a recognition of whatever has been done.
Lovely. Truly incredible, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, let's talk a bit about navigating difficult decisions. In your role, you've had to manage not just day-to-day operations, but also tough calls such as negotiating labor settlements with thousands of workers or overseeing greenfield projects. You've been a part of
Absolutely.
so many high-stake decisions. Sir, was there ever a point when you felt, out of your depth, and how did you handle those moments of uncertainty?
I think hands-on experience in a very different geography. When I was the CEO of Indian Rayon for my viscose filament yarn business in Gujarat, there were diversified three set of unions, and it was a quite labor-intensive industry with 5,000 workforce. So settlement of labor, in particularly that chemical and textile integrated plant, was a very different, challenging task, and particularly in a place like Gujarat. I could remember that series of meetings we used to take place, and finally, normally the historically that business used to have an intervention from the corporate HR. That was the first time I told that I don't need any outsider to come and intervene. We will take care of everything. I asked my HR head that you start working the way we want. I want to understand little bit Gujarati also. So that to make myself as a part of the same culture, when I talk to those people, I am on the same page. So that helped me in settling the 6 years settlement in Gujarat. Similar learnings, I got it when I settled everything down. Here also there was a Lal Jhanda union CPM and all in Rajasthan also a very different aggressive community, Jat community in the area where I used to work in Birla White. That also helped a lot in negotiating and how to be more people oriented, taking support from the villagers, influencers, doing good CSR job in the surroundings area. People have realized from their inner heart that this gentleman wants to do something good for the labor, and everyone was quite receptive in our discussions. And I used to tell him that never hamper the production, because it is harmful for you. Ultimately, when we lose everything, it is not irrecoverable. You will understand. Better to sit comfortably, discuss, look at the pros and cons, and finally, you have to trade off where you have to click the right situation. Because you have a different set of union leaders who talks differently. Sometimes breaking them, sometimes getting into their own culture together, going with them for a bhajan program or so. So I think I remember I being a singer by my childhood, fond of passion. So I remember कि मधुबन खुशबू देता है, सागर सावन देता है, जीना उसका जीना है जो औरों को जीवन देता है. So that thing in the back of my mind, I decided do something good which can impact positively to their families, whether it is an education, whether creating a better healthcare center for them, whether building a new union offices and all those things. So first I could do all those things for them. So they were quite sure that whatever is happening for good, and I could settle 5 years agreement very comfortably
Yeah.
on both the occasions.
I think experience, what you learn as you go along the way, is what
Absolutely.
is applied
Yeah,
later on. Yeah.
exactly.
So, one of the areas you've truly excelled is project management, whether it was loan syndication or overseeing brownfield projects. You've
Yeah.
been in charge of mega scale operations and have even revamped entire plants. So, what does it take, sir, in your experience to manage these projects to success, and how do you ensure quality and sustainability throughout these massive transitions?
I think in project management, what you need, first of all, ultimately, you need to have a good set of people around you. The team is very important. So identify best of the people when you form the project team, get best out of the industry, never go into a penny that someone is asking 5 lakhs extra, because he will deliver better than whatever he is taking. That used to be in my mind, that you should not compromise with the people also. There are committed people who are there as a part of your team. Then it is a collaborative effort. The procurement, first of all, selection of equipment is the lifeblood of the project. Because when you start with the design engineering, when you hire a engineering consultant, never compromise and cut short on the designs and everything. Ensure that that design, because ultimately you also work for certain expansions. Looking from the future angle, the project will survive for next 30, 40, 50 years. So it is better to have a long term vision for all those items. So with that thing in my mind, and which I learned right from my beginning of the inception of the career, because I was very fortunate to work under the one of the best technocrat of the cement, Mr. Tiwari at that point of time. He is no more in the world, but I always considered is my the first mentor who taught me more about engineering and other things also. So those learnings I used to keep and take note of everything whenever I used to work in my initial career. That helped me in benchmarking best of the practices, getting the best selected equipments, and then again comes the selection of the right contractors, and and ensure that they have enough resources to execute, whether it is a labor, they have a skilled labor with them sufficient, they also have sufficient cranes, other equipments to handle the project, welding machines, everything. So all those things were detailing was quite important initially when you decide and select the people. And later on, the monitoring part. So what I used to do, apart from internal team monitoring, I used to hire one of the best consultants of the cement like Holtec and all, and give them an assignment that please depute your three set of engineers, whether one is instrumentation, mechanical, electrical, and let them monitor the progress on each and every hour and every day basis. At the end of the day, they should submit a snapshot of the report to me, and I will be able to see where are we lagging, where are we doing good, how can we expedite, what are the resources needed, and taking the decisions on the spot next day. So I think these were the key areas, and then again ensuring that there are no interruptions from the nearby villagers or so, ensuring their needs are fulfilled. The environment part is also taken well, and they should not suffer on account when you do the project activities. There are a lot of construction work is going on. There are many things are going on. So ensuring that everything you do as per the best standards available within you, and the villagers are not disturbed. So their basically support is also equally important. Then also the administration, local administration, the state administration. I was very good in the so far. I think I got right from beginning a passion for networking and public relation that has helped me, and that is why I got an assignment like Vedanta as a corporate affairs here in this. So I was able to deal up to the chief minister of the state comfortably. So that has been very helpful. Yeah,
Lovely. Yeah, yeah, 100%. All those experiences with different people is what comes in handy later in life.
absolutely. Yeah, you know.
Okay, sir, now time for our very own rapid fire round. A few quick questions and all we request you are quick answers. So, are we ready?
I am sure, definitely ready. I will try to give you answers, whatever I feel.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. That's all we want.
Yeah.
Okay, here goes. What's the one thing you changed your mind about as you got older?
I feel that it is better to deal with more, especially with people who are younger than you, so that you continue to get learning and your mind gets continually sharper.
True. Your most irrational pet peeve?
Irrational, most I can see that sometimes the listening is important
Yeah,
to be a better listener. I
yeah.
will, and I have tried to improve, and I am improving every day. Yeah.
Uh, If you had to eat one cuisine for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I think India offers many cuisines, and being a vegetarian, the many choices, from Rajasthan. So I will trade off between the them, and taking care of my health. I will take everything in a small quantity.
Good, sir. A book that you always recommend?
I am fond of, and whatever I recommend is that Good to Great, which is a big study by Jim Collins about various how to, because good is great is an enemy of a good. So it is difficult from to travel this distance from good to great. There are many good corporations, but to good to great becomes what are the things we needed is definitely a good book for people who are aspiring for the success.
100%. What's your personal definition of a perfect day?
My personal definition of
A perfect day.
perfect day where you are peaceful, you are able to sleep well, you have whatever you have planned, you have executed it well in time. That is the perfect day.
Lovely. What's one thing that you're currently learning?
Currently, besides whatever passion of my music and other things, you can you imagine completing 69 years of age? I have joined your this program of Director Institute of. So that is
Yeah,
also a continuous learning process.
true. If time suddenly slowed down for a year, what would you do more of?
More of I would like to give back my experiences, share my experiences, whether in the form of I'm one of the already some independent directorship or so at the other corporates, to my mentor some people who have worked with me. I would try to share best of my possible for to them and help them, and also would like to do something better for the society where we draw on everything.
The best advice you've ever ignored.
The best advice I ever would like to give, I think decision making is the key. But yes, when you grow, you have to reduce your haste also
Yeah,
in the fast decision making. So you have to balance everything both.
true. And finally, sir, what does success look like to you now?
Success is an inner happiness. There is a saying, okay, if you have a peace in your mind, uh, गौधन गजधन बाजधन और रत्न धन खान जब आवे संतोष धन सब धन धूर्य समान. So you should feel ultimately whatever you have achieved, whatever you have done, contented. That is the inner happiness is the most important.
Very true, sir. Thank you so much, sir. That was a great rapid fire round.
Thank you. Thank.
Sir, throughout your career, you've been at the forefront of corporate governance, strategic growth, and ensuring organizational transparency. As someone who's worked with several companies from Hindustan Zinc to Wonderwall Care Private Limited, there must have been moments when the ethical part was a bit blurry. How do you ensure that your decision making processes stay rooted in ethics, especially in high pressure environments?
I will just say one thing that these values you develop with these values one from your parents, then your bosses under whom you have worked for it. I was very fortunate to have worked with Mr. Kumar Mangalam Bidla, where there was no compromise so far ethical part is concerned. I think you will see that. So there was no trade-off between the two. But yes, of course, we were very practical enough in ensuring that we do not do anything such type of activities which are unethical in nature, whether it is bureaucrats or whether it's a politicians, never encourage those things, try to explain them and ensure that, sir, this is the basis of our organization. We can extend you all sorts of support, whatever is needed, whether in form of CSR or other things we will do in other forms, but not compromise on those values. So I think it went well and it can go well, subject to every one of people can make up their mind like this. So that's not an issue.
Yeah, very internal choice that one makes.
Yeah.
Sir, you've had a remarkable career and you've been an industry leader for so many years. So, what prompted you to join Directors Institute at this stage of your career? What were you hoping to gain from the program, and more importantly, what surprised you most about it?
I think the one is the this program I am going to gain. One is the AI, which is the most important area because that is one of the part of the sessions in AI we are going to. The other is the ESG part, which is also very important. Whatever we have done or whatever we have learned, there are many things to do for this program. So I think it is better to have a good recap, good case studies, the literature which you have shared with us, and it will help us in strengthening the further these areas. Because otherwise, whatever your core learnings are there, they are with you. But it is better to continue to learn on those areas. That's what I feel.
Absolutely, sir. That's a lovely thought to end with. And thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a truly enlightening conversation because from your leadership insights to your experiences navigating massive projects and complex negotiations, it's clear that your journey is as inspiring as it is impactful. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Tanay. This is my pleasure also to interact with you. Thank you.
Thank you. To everyone listening, if there's one key takeaway, it's this. True leadership is about more than just taking decisions. It's about building trust, nurturing talent, and always keeping an eye on long term goals while staying grounded in ethical principles. Thank you all for tuning in. I am Taneol, and this has been FaceTime with Leaders, powered by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay inspired, stay grounded, and of course, always have fun in your journey. Thank you so much.